do we think that they're not just trying to stop worldwide panic? Do we think that aliens, this is my assumption, if the government are keeping it quiet and they're keeping it to themselves, what they're actually trying to do is acquire their weaponry and figure out their intelligence so they can then apply it to their own military?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, great. The end of podcast.
Hello! Welcome to Believe. I'm Phil Green.
And I'm David Ferguson.
And this is a podcast all about the world's craziest mysteries and conspiracy theories, isn't it?
And it also can be about epochs in history.
Epochs and history. This is an exciting one. You've been waiting to do this for a long time.
Yeah, this is something that really matters to me, actually.
It really does matter to you, yeah. Now, this is a podcast all about the world's craziest mysteries and conspiracy theories. In each episode, we bring on a guest. That guest has picked a myth or conspiracy they want to talk about. It might be something they believe. It might be something they don't believe. It might just be something they've heard about. Maybe they've seen a movie about it. And they've gone, well, is that true? Is that based on any kind of fact? And they need two people to solve that problem, and that's us.
Oh, yeah. There was a movie of it.
Mm. Now, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a little 5-star review. Whether you listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts, or they watch us on
YouTube.
Yes, give us a little 5-star review because it helps us, doesn't it?
Yes. If you're watching us YouTube, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
That's how you get the algorithm going.
It really is. And if you really want to support us, what can they do?
Oh, we have a Patreon. It's only £3 a month. And you know what? It's supporting us to do the thing that we love that you loved.
Absolutely true. And you get early access to the main feed, ad-free listening, and access to our back catalogue of Patreon episodes, which are wonderful, aren't they?
They are wonderful.
Yes, you get to spend more time with us, and who wouldn't want that?
My parents.
That is true. Now, I'm going to be doing a new show. I'm working on a new show. It's a work in progress show. I'm going to be at the Edinburgh Fringe between the 20th and 30th of August. It's called The Boy Who Nearly Grew Up. I'm also going to be doing some preview shows at Southwark and Camden. So please come along if you can. There is a link in the show notes, or you can go to philgreencomedy.com. Now, George is here. We've beamed him down.
Oh, we have indeed.
Yeah,
we have
absolutely.
Indeed. He's been probed.
He's been probed.
But he looks
He's been
happy.
anally probed, and he's ready to go. We do that every episode. It's just a standard thing. Who is today's amazing guest?
I barely can say it. Felicity Ward.
The wonderful Felicity Ward. Felicity is an incredible stand-up comic and actress who has been on Live at the Apollo, Mock the Week, Live from the Comedy Store, and has a special on Amazon Prime, as well as presenting documentaries on Netflix and the BBC. She recently starred as boss Hannah Howard in The Office Australia before going on to be part of last year's Dancing with the Stars. She's had her own Radio 4 show episodes, sold out Soho Theatre, has regularly co-hosted the Guilty Feminist podcast. She's opened for Catherine Ryan, Maria Bamford, Amy Schumer, May Platts for Channel 4, co-hosted her own podcast, The Unbelievable Ashes podcast with Andy Zaltzman, and she's coming back to the Edinburgh Fringe this summer for the first time since she got an award nomination in 2018 in her new show, I Wish I Could Come Out of My Shell, talking about sexual liberation and life after 40 post-divorce. We wouldn't know, we're too young. And what is a myth or conspiracy that Felicity has chosen?
Well, it's fitting of Felicity's stature. Mm-hmm. The real disclosure day.
The real disclosure day. Yeah. Let's get into this.
Oh.
Get out of the rabbit hole.
It's a fake. Every single bird in the sky is a robot.
It's fiction.
Doubt your government.
It's an urban legend.
Like if they're actually spraying something in the sky.
No way.
A stream of absurdity.
It's a total fabrication.
Welcome to the podcast, Felicity Ward! Good.
Does everyone get that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
We put a bit of extra spice in it for you, obviously.
I should hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Because we just talked for 50 minutes about mental health before we started this as well.
That's actually in my writer of any podcast
Yeah.
that I do. We have to talk about mental illness for 15 minutes
Yep.
just so that you get it.
It's in your introduction as well, so we're prepping the audience. But I mean, most of the people that watch this, as you can might imagine, there's some stuff going on.
You reckon?
Yeah.
The little Venn diagram of neurodivergence and mental health?
Yeah. Maybe not diagnosed, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I only got diagnosed 3 weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you get diagnosed with? Because
Well,
autism or...
I got diagnosed with ADHD. I have some people around me that suggest it's probably worth going a second round for the other one.
But was that? But did you go because you thought I have this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like, let's just.
That's a shock to the system.
Yeah, no, it's no shock at all. To give you context, I think it was probably like 4 years ago when I first, I said to Catherine Bohart, I did Trusty Hogs podcast, and I said to her before or after the show, we were having just a coffee outside, and I said, I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can get a referral to get tested for ADHD. And she said, you're undiagnosed? All right, mate. I had someone offer me ADHD medication after a gig, and we had not discussed ADHD.
Wow.
And this was in Sydney, and I did not know this comedian. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow, drugs in entertainment has changed, hasn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to get high? No, I want to focus.
I mean, you're late to the party on the old ADHD diagnosis from a comedian's perspective, right?
Well, I mean, I used to have a joke about this, but I worked with a retired nurse in 1999 at a cafe, and 2 weeks into working there, she said, Felicity, can you have some of my son's Ritalin because you have ADHD?
So you've known for a long time.
Do you know what? I was very offended at the time. And I said, how dare you? And then I actually really ignored it. And it wasn't until, I think it's like 2017, they had a female adult diagnosis. That's when they got it. And then lots of people around me started to get it. And then lots of people were like, have you thought about going in? And then also,
Did you know?
Yeah. And then because I have ADHD, it's taken me 5 years to get a diagnosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
To give you context, it took my boyfriend booking it for me, and then 4 days later he got diagnosed with autism. So we're really
Wow.
I wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
I probably would never have got diagnosed.
Yeah.
I needed an autistic man.
An
to help
autistic
me.
person. Okay,
Yeah,
so you're kind of
autistic
complementing each other in that respect.
person. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Is that why you're with him, or?
Only, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That
Makes sense.
It's good enough reason as any.
Again, I have a joke about this. I prefix that because I don't want people to think that I just do like bits in podcasts. But I have dated a lot of people in the last couple of years, and my type is socially anxious autistics. Cool. No matter how hard I try, they
Can't break out.
They're my homing pigeon. You know.
Is that a filter on the apps?
Unfortunately, no.
That's a shame.
No, I do. I remember putting ADHD people very welcome here in
Right.
my profile
That's-
because I was so sick of boring conversations.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you haven't spoken at all for 7 minutes, neither of you. It's just been me. So if I don't have someone that can like jump in.
No, we are fine with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Also, we should point out, Felicity has made notes. So you say ADHD, but you have actually made some notes, which is
I made this
autism.
12 minutes ago.
Okay, but that's still impressive.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, look, there's... Not to just keep talking about podcasts. I did the Guilty Feminist podcast about 6 weeks ago, and there's a clip that came out. And there's lots of questions on autism tests. I've done a few. It's not important. Yeah. And they're like, do people point out your voice or your face? And honestly, this clip of me on the Guilty Feminist, I look like Sam the Eagle. I'm just sitting there going, for ages. I'm like, what are you doing? That's no one's resting face. Oh my God.
What was she asking you?
Oh, she was. She wasn't asking me something. We were listening to a very well informed guest about how the right, basically 15 years ago, had a massive lobby conference to figure out where the weaknesses were in feminism, and they found that trans women were something that they disagreed on, and they poured all of their money into creating a very global public rift in feminists because they knew that was a crowbar into the left.
Wow.
And that has worked.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were discussing about, like 15 years ago, Laverne Cox was on Orange is the New Black. Trans women were using bathrooms. There were none of these conversations. Mm-hmm. Nobody cared. It was fine. Mm. No one was getting hurt. Yeah. They're still not getting hurt.
This is a conspiracy in itself.
100%. Yeah, it sounds like a conspiracy, except it's real.
Yeah.
And it has been researched.
But it is people conspiring to put out information to disrupt, right?
Yeah. And I think that's what you can say. The biggest problem with the right and the left is that the right will compromise core beliefs if it means they can get one of their beliefs through. Mm-hmm. So there are people that have, been outwardly against Trump for years, but then to make numbers for power, then they compromise some other things just so they can be a part of change.
Yeah.
Hence Roe versus Wade. Is this the conversation you thought you'd be having on this podcast?
Nope, but it's fascinating, may I say.
I think so. I've been mulling over it just in case you haven't thought it. As it isn't clear.
Conspiracy theorists in general
Mm-hmm.
and myths and that sort of stuff. What do you think of them?
I think it depends on the conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
I am smart enough to know that I don't know everything. That's sort of where I like things like spirituality, things like myths and conspiracies. You know when Indiana Jones like flicks his hat and it stops the door?
Yep.
That's about as closed as my door gets on most things.
Okay.
Because if I number one, I'm terrified of looking stupid and looking like I'm dumb. That isn't in my control.
Okay.
So
You're in safe territory on this podcast.
thank you so much. So the idea that I go, aliens aren't fucking real, UFOs aren't real, God isn't real. I'm like, yeah.
And that's the clip.
And what but that's the thing that I'm like, what if?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always a what if. So there's some conspiracies where I'm like, that sounds absolutely mad to me. I'm not going to outly say that it's not true. And then there's some that I'm like, I don't want to tell people, but I can see some validity in this. And then there's other ones where I'm like, yeah, I reckon.
Yeah. So have you come across conspiracy theorists in your life?
I mean, haven't we all been to parties before at 3 a.m. in a kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah. I've come across many. I mean, my dad says some things, or has in the past, where I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What in the name of Jesus Christ are you talking about?
Okay. You can relate to this.
Yeah. He's not like a hardcore conspiracy theorist. He's just a right-wing newspaper reader.
Right. Okay.
And then if we're going to go back to my modern history class, history is in the eye of the beholder. And so you're always getting someone's perspective. You're always getting someone's interpretation of an event. Everything is, coloured by a person's experience.
Yeah.
And their words and their mind. So basically I'm sitting on the fence about everything.
Okay. Good. Which is really the way it should be, right?
We'll come to a conclusion by the end of the podcast.
Yeah. I can come to a conclusion by the end of the podcast, I promise you.
Cool. Because when we had Rialina on, she made up her mind within 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she has been diagnosed.
And she has been diagnosed. Absolutely. Yeah. So Disclosure Day. So quick question. Have you seen Disclosure Day?
I haven't seen the film.
Okay, so that's good. We're not really talking about the film specifically. It's more how it relates to this generally.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay.
This Disclosure Day is an actual thing, and the movie is called Disclosure Day, and it's about Disclosure Day, and that's a different thing.
Yes.
And when you Google it, you have to say, what is the concept of Disclosure Day, not the movie,
Yes.
question mark.
Yeah.
Which is part of the conspiracy.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm interested already.
Yep. So for decades, humanity has wondered whether intelligent life exists beyond Earth. Science has steadily expanded our understanding of the universe. Governments around the world have also accumulated reports of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, formerly known as UFOs. In recent years, official acknowledgements by military organizations, congressional hearings, declassified videos, and whistleblower testimony have shifted the discussion from fringe speculation to mainstream public debate. One of the most persistent ideas within this discussion is the concept of a disclosure day, a future moment when governments or international institutions officially reveal definitive evidence that non-human intelligence exists and has interacted with humanity. Although this hasn't occurred, researchers, journalists, and enthusiasts have developed theories suggesting that a disclosure day is not only possible, but very likely.
Thrilling.
Yes.
Absolutely thrilling.
Yes.
I'm very, can we get it?
Yes. So David has been itching to talk about this one all season.
Amazing. Because?
Because I believe it's a thing that's going to happen.
You do?
Yes,
Why?
yes. Because I think it's ridiculous to think that we're alone in the universe. Now, that said, the aliens coming to visit us, they would have to have technology that we just don't comprehend. That's not a proper sentence. To be able to get here because we're in the boondocks where Earth is.
Boondocks.
We're in the boondocks of the universe, and
It's a cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac.
It's the universal cul-de-sac.
Absolutely, and that feeds into other ideas about is Earth a like a zoo, a prison planet where we're put on the outskirts of everything. But the idea that there's aliens, an intelligent life, I just want them to admit it.
I mean, what I love is the concept of, we call this intelligent life. What if they're
Take a shit.
massively dumb? Wouldn't that be amazing?
We're smarter than them, but they just happen to have hyper technology.
Yeah,
Because there are ways and means, you don't have
People
to
can get dumber and dumber. Like, what if there are other species that opposite to Homo sapiens, where they just devolve, where they just get dumber and dumber and dumber,
Okay.
but they still have all the technology from
From when they
millennia
were-
ago.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean,
was
it's probably
thinking,
wrong,
well,
but
they've
how
got to be
exciting.
clever to get here. But you're right. If they've got these
We've all got lost before.
Hey.
Yeah.
So
Nobody would
2,000
explain a
years
lot.
ago, they came down, built the pyramids with their machines, went off, and now they've got thicker since.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you could also argue that of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have conversations with people in their 20s, and I'm like, are you in there? Like,
I will not be into generation bashing. There are idiots of every generation.
I speak as an idiot.
I
speak as an idiot.
Still. There are lots of. Also, I don't want to be one of those older people going, "This fucking generation today," because they have done some incredible things. They're like Gen Z women are the most politically active and progressive of any gender or age, which is.
They're also the most informed generation of any generation.
And that's why they all have mental illness.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, they're sad.
Yeah.
But at least they're
Right,
getting
right.
diagnosed now. We wait 20, 30 years to get
40,
diagnosis.
45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I waited most of my life to get on the medication that has helped me.
I'm assuming ADHD or both.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. I had lots of anxiety.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
of
a
course.
big, like, once I got that under control.
ADHD is probably the one thing you don't have, I think.
Yeah, it's anxiety and probably tism. Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm very into my things.
Yeah. Well, not to make it, again, the whole thing about neurodivergence, it's not my entire personality. I mean, it's coloured it. But it used to be that they said that anxiety and depression could, obviously it never resulted, but that anxiety and depression was a separate thing. But then the studies started to show that if you treat the symptoms of ADHD and autism, that anxiety and depression can decrease.
Yes.
So that's also a possibility.
me.
Do you know what's a weird thing is I had a baby and my anxiety mostly went.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But a different focus, would you say?
Oh yeah, I got depression, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
The trade-off.
Yeah. But my insomnia stopped too. I'd had a decade of insomnia and anxiety. And I would say leading up to getting pregnant, my anxiety was sort of getting lower. So it was sort of naturally reducing. Okay. And then I had a kid, and then I've had a couple of panic attacks since he was born. Mm-hmm. But it used to be like, when it was really bad, it was a couple of weeks.
Oh my God! I mean, when I was at the worst of my panic attacks, it was about every week.
Do you know what I'm saying that because it was so long ago and I don't want to exaggerate? No. Which is exactly what I did in the doctor's office.
Well, we all do that.
You know when you go for the mental health plan test, and I remember when it was the same with when I went for my generalized anxiety test and for my postnatal depression. I went in and I did the test, and you answer all the questions and the numbers. And I remember saying to the doctor, I said, there's two questions where sometimes I feel like the higher one, and then sometimes I just feel middle, and I don't want to exaggerate. And she said, okay, well, if we use the higher numbers that you've given me, you've got 23. The score is 23. And if you use the lower ones, the number is 18. The threshold for postnatal depression is 12. I'm like, okay, okay, she's safe.
Yay!
She's in.
Massively in
You
the
passed.
safe zone. No problems.
Yeah. Wasn't even close. It wasn't dipping a toe.
Wow. What a roller coaster.
You think you're not going to scrape by, and it's like, no, you're
Yeah.
done.
Flying colours.
You're in.
Yes.
Yeah. That happened to me. Similar thing happened to me. Yeah.
It's nice to be in the room with a fully qualified ADHD, I have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
My diagnosis was 2019, and I thought, finally, a USP. And then every fucker got diagnosed under lockdown.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever talked about taking medication on stage. I was right at the beginning, so about 2017.
For ADHD or for anxiety?
Just for anxiety.
Yes.
And thinking I was going to be so revelatory. I'm talking about this. I'm so on it. And every comedian that night talked about being on SSRIs. And I
What
was like,
year was this?
By 2017.
Yeah.
That's when I started doing gigs.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it's me. I'm the special one.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's. I feel really lucky. Like the show that I did, What If There Is No Toilet? At the time, it was, Louisa Omalan had talked about depression, and I think she talked about self-harm, trigger warning. And obviously Ruby Wax had been doing it for,
I
Yeah.
was going to see her shows.
there you go, and Maria Bamford and what have you. But it wasn't a public conversation.
Yeah.
And then the year that show came out, there just happened to be a bunch of shows on anxiety. So there was sort of like there's often a natural groundswell of a theme that happens per year at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah.
And I was just sort of like fortunate enough to
Be part of that.
write that then. And if I did that show now, no one would care. No one would care. It's not that.
But it wouldn't be as shiny.
Yeah, it wouldn't have impact the same way. Yeah. It was sort of like it was an
You also had a great title. You're really strong on show titles.
Thank you very much. I really pride myself on show
They're
titles.
really good.
That's what I come up with first. I
Yeah.
come up with a show title and then the poster. I don't know what the show's about, but then that's
Yeah,
how
that's
start.
what I do. And then a comedy director told me you shouldn't do it that way around. You should write it and then figure out what the title is. And I'm like, but then I've got nothing to write to.
I don't even write to something. I have it's like I know they're all in my subconscious somewhere.
Yeah.
And that they've been mulling about. So I always have a show title and then I think of the poster and then I just write stand up and then somehow the show's sort of like naturally
Morphs into it.
magnetized towards a theme and I sort of create the cradle underneath it.
There is a glimpse behind the wizard's curtain there for you.
Better than behind the wizard's sleeve. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
So Disclosure Day, so the movie theory. So we'll talk about this. So the theory that Disclosure Day is itself a form of soft disclosure is a fringe idea that has gained traction in parts of the UFO community. It isn't supported by evidence, but it draws on several reoccurring beliefs about governments, media, and public psychology. So there's a number of theories. Hollywood is used to normalize shocking ideas. So the first claim is that governments or intelligence agencies have historically cooperated with Hollywood on some films involving the military or national security, which is true. They have done that.
It's absolutely true.
This part has a factual basis. US government agencies have sometimes provided equipment, locations, script feedback to productions in exchange for favourable portrayals. From there, yeah,
That's crazy.
it is,
Propaganda.
Literal propaganda.
especially in the 70s. Then believers,
surprise.
then well,
After their very popular Vietnam.
Exactly. And then believers take the larger leap. If governments have influenced movies before, they could also use movies to psychologically prepare people for a future revelation. So this is why there's so much furore about Disclosure Day. It's not just about it's a Spielberg film about aliens coming out. It's to this community what it represents.
Well, I mean, that just reminds me of The Simpsons. Is The Simpsons just a soft launch for the future?
Well, it has predicted a lot.
Lots of
predictable.
talk about that, and because it's all like it was such a high, it's all red brick universities that write for The Simpsons, so they're got a touch in. But with Disclosure Day being a Spielberg film, it's not the first time Spielberg's been the person to introduce this idea. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is a movie about a father who's tired of his family and finds a way to escape. Not what the movie's actually about, but the idea that Spielberg is an industry plant talking about this, because Disclosure Day is, I would argue, the worst film of Spielberg's career.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. Even though, like, Emily Blunt's one of my all-time favorite actors, Josh O'Connor's one of my all-time favorite actors. I want Josh O'Connor to marry me.
Mm-hmm. That might still happen.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he's into fat guys, and I don't think he's gay. Maybe, I don't know. Well, he's always playing gay characters.
Look, everyone says never until they meet the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to be loved. But yeah, the Disclosure Day, it's Boomer's idea of what it would happen like. Because at the end, the disclosure happens on a TV network. And
Yeah.
it's like this feels like a period piece.
Sure.
In 2000, this would feel like a period piece.
Yes.
It's 2026, and it's just.
But one of the theories as to why that is because people, as you said, this community believe that Spielberg has been in on this for a very long time. So E.T., Close Encounters, like
Love
you said.
it.
And this is kind of the culmination of it. So he's been working with the government or US government, various institutions for years. And
he's made war films as well.
he's made war films as well. So he's preparing us. And this is the culmination of that preparation before an eventual Disclosure Day.
Okay, so what is the, okay, I've got lots of questions. That I've tried to think about and have come up with no answers. What is the benefit of suppressing information that we have connection to alien life form?
To prevent widespread panic.
But there's already so much panic that they plant intentionally that creates panic.
Yeah. But it's kind of drip feeding that. So it's not like a big bang.
Okay. What? Only because I never think of governments actually worried about people's experience.
I completely agree with that. This would also require a lot of coordination from a government and a lot of planning, which, let's face it, is not particularly prevalent of US governments. But that is one of the theories, basically. This has been a sort of decades-long plan.
They're very good at secrets, though.
They're good at secrets. They are
very
good
good
at
at
that.
secrets.
Yes, that's true.
I was thinking also, imagine you are an alien and let's say they're really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the human representative you get is someone from the Trump administration.
Well, it's a Photoshop AI slop picture, but there's a picture of Trump talking to the tall whites, which are the Nordics, which are white-looking aliens, as in white human.
Of course, they're the only ones he'd talk to.
And so that's been going around, but there's loads of stuff about like Nixon crying in the White House, the Oval Office, when he was told about aliens. That's been reported. And it was nothing to do with Watergate. In fact, Watergate is probably because he was going to reveal. Watergate was him being framed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But there's with all this stuff, it's like, well, this happened because of this, and that's not really true. And
yes.
The idea that we aren't being told the truth, I could definitely believe that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's that's the same with the JFK assassination. I studied that in high school many decades ago, and they were supposed to have a disclosure day.
Yes.
They were supposed to have the big day. 50 years afterwards. That's passed.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
I know.
And every president that comes in says, we're going to release the JFK files. And then for whatever reason, they get to see them and don't release them.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Like Trump came in and said he was going to reveal everything about the Epstein files. Now, the Epstein files have come out to a point, but no, it's not the full thing.
No, of course
No, it's
not.
redacted.
Yeah.
They're so heavily
Loads
redacted.
of it. Yeah.
But there's so much that it confirms. It's at this point now, conspiracy theories are almost redundant because so many things have been proven.
Yes,
Yeah.
and nothing changes.
And nothing. No one has been sent to prison or charges pressed. Or Ghislaine Maxwell is in a soft serve prison. Like, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's having a nice time.
Yeah.
And as
She
has
shouldn't
been
be.
said, the only person that's been arrested is a woman. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Epstein himself is living in South America. We know that.
Have you done that episode?
We've
We
done
have.
an episode on whether he's whether he killed himself or not.
Oh, sure.
Yes. So there's a lot of speculation about whether he's still alive somewhere. We haven't done, but we will. We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's part 2.
Exactly. So the movie arrives during growing UAP attention. Supporters note that a disclosure day was released after several years of heightened public interest in UAPs, including congressional hearings, military footage, whistleblower allegations, and increased mainstream media coverage. So to them, this doesn't feel accidental. So this is basically the well, not even the theory, but there's a lot of ex-military personnel who have started putting out their accounts of UAPs that they've seen when they were.
See, I love this.
Yeah.
I love ex-military doing it.
Yes.
That's great.
And that's actually a really, really key part of this, because whereas 20, 30 years ago, if somebody said this stuff, it would immediately get dismissed by US governments.
Yes.
It would they would get taken down. The media would be on them. Now, there is actually a level of acceptance that's happening. And it's not saying, yes, absolutely aliens are real. It's going, yes, that we could not identify what that aircraft was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that event occurred, but we cannot confirm that it was non-humans, that kind of stuff, which is interesting because it's that, and this is what they talk about when they talk about the soft disclosure. It's like, well, we slowly
Plant
allow
seeds.
these reports to have some level of validation until we get to a point where we think the public are at a point where they can accept, by the way, aliens are real.
Very, very exciting stuff.
Isn't it just?
I think what we are why it's difficult now and forever is because manipulation of video and AI is now so great that most people can't tell the difference. So now you don't know whether you're watching something true or not.
Yes.
I'm a big Bigfoot fan, and it's amazing how suddenly there's loads of footage of Bigfoot. I'm going, it's AI. I mean, I can look at it and go, no, that's crap. but that's because I'm a trained Bigfoot spotter.
Yeah. You know what you're looking for.
I know what I'm looking for. But yeah, and that's the big sad thing. It's the big sad thing about AI. You know, the lies that we're being told.
Yeah.
You know, I believe there will be footage of aliens that it's absolutely real, and people will dismiss and go, "Oh, it's AI slop."
So we did an episode. Are you aware of the Miami Mall incident? So this happened New Year's Eve before last. So there's a mall in Miami, and there was an event that happened in it. Okay. And the official media report is it was fireworks were set off there. It caused a huge amount of panic. There were loads of videos of people evacuating the building. That did all happen. And the entire Miami police force turned up. And that also happened. There's aerial shots of just blue lights surrounding the mall. It's like hundreds and hundreds of police cars. And then immediately, as that was unfolding, there were reports coming out saying it was aliens. There was an alien in the building. That was what was causing the panic. And then, again, while it was unfolding, AI videos came out of an alien walking through the parking lot, which was very, very convincing.
Sure.
But it was at that point people went, "Oh, no, it's not that." Because even though it looks realistic, people were like, "Well, it can't be that."
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
If that video is fake, then everything is fake.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And it discredits the theory.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I actually do think that there are a lot of that. I think they have shifted. There has been a shift with all governments from no, this is complete nonsense, this is a conspiracy theories, to yes, because I think so many conspiracy theories are now, particularly the Epstein file is going to be a good example one, that have been proven. The governments are now reluctant to go complete dismiss it out of hand because they know that trust in governments has massively eroded in the last 40, 50 years. So it's better for them to say, yes, okay, there's some truth in that. Yes, elements of that are true. Because in a way, it's sort of, in a weird roundabout way, builds some trust in government that, okay, they're prepared to admit to some of this rather than just dismissing it out of hand. Because I think whereas in the 50s and 60s, people just would believe whatever the government and the media told them, now they won't. So if they're not playing
They're
the game
still
in a
afraid
way-
of communism
Exactly.
and socialism as an evil force.
Yeah.
And it's still, yeah. Do you believe in aliens?
I think there's life out there. Yeah, I don't necessarily think it has turned up and built the pyramids, but I do think that I find it hard to believe there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I am the same. I don't know what specifically I believe in, but I think it would be foolish to rule out that there's an entire universe of stars and planets, and the Earth has happened and we have happened.
Yeah.
To think that that hasn't happened in anywhere else in the entire universe, which has no ends,
Yeah.
that I'm aware of. Sorry, scientists. I think that would be fairly ignorant.
Yeah.
I think if you have if you believe in science, then it is very improbable that this has only happened once.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think.
I agree. When it's weird because we all kind of on the same page on that. And yet, when if some guy in the street comes up to you in a Wetherspoons and goes, "Oh yeah, an alien turned up at my house last night," come on, mate.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So immediately we dismiss it.
Yeah.
Or this UAP sighting, we're like, yeah, was it?
Yeah.
It was probably just a drone or something.
What were you smoking?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I suppose this is a terrible analogy. It's like racists, where they're like, all people are this and all people are that.
Yeah.
That's their big theories. And yet when they meet someone one-on-one, they're a human. They talk to them like they're a human first.
Yeah.
It's sort of that thing of like, individually, I believe in this idea. Macrocosmically,
Yeah.
I don't. Or the opposite, rather.
Yeah.
Like if the information is coming from one person, you're like, you're crazy. If you're seeing it and you believe in the general idea, you're like, I can get on board with that.
No one wants others to think there's something wrong with them just because they've got a controversial opinion on something, as in a controversial opinion on the existence of this.
Yes.
And it's like, well, it's not actually that weird to say, I believe. I mean, even Spielberg, probably part of this is probably the marketing ploy, but even as part of this film's release, he's been asked repeatedly, do you believe in these aliens? And he will say the same. Yes, I do. I don't think they're necessarily here yet, but I do believe.
Well, on the point about Spielberg, so in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, when they get to the meeting the aliens at the end, the group,
That was my first.
I just had to do that.
But it's beautiful.
It is.
The Richard Dreyfuss character goes with the aliens at the end. Sorry, spoiler for a movie that's over 40 years old. And the group he goes off with, they're people in red jumpsuits. They're never addressed. They're never told who they are, and we're never told why they're suddenly ready to go and do this. And that's a secret group. And apparently Spielberg was part of that secret group because it's been investigated who they were supposed to be, and Spielberg knows about aliens, and that's why E.T. happened, because it was like aliens can be, cute and cuddly, although I always thought E.T. was weird looking. But I remember E.T. biscuits when I was a kid. They were green biscuits and they tasted terrible. Yeah, but I remember my mum getting them because kids liked E.T.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Mom. Anyway. But yes, Spielberg
E.T.
was
looks like a ball sack on a toothpick.
and I am a bit of a fan of that.
Sure.
So yeah. What I really enjoyed about this conversation is, so in the show, I'm the believer, Phil is the skeptic, and I could
say not just in the show, in real life.
in real life, right? Yeah. And I can't believe how much he's come on board with this.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't need to say a thing.
You're just letting him do all the talking for once. You don't have to defend it.
Yeah, say it's real. I told you, it's all real. It's all real.
This one, I was semi-bought into, I have to say.
Do you know what I think the difference is between conspiracy theories now and conspiracy theories 50 years ago, for example? 50 years ago, the amount of analog research that you had to do to know that or believe that or to have facts about that is so insane.
Yeah.
Now you have the world at your fingertips. You have news articles, you have unofficial sightings, you have TikTok, you have like Wikipedia, you have everything. So more people have access to more information that can sway their opinion on top of, a million YouTube videos of people that have had encounters.
Yeah. Yes.
I love
which
what
we're
I
adding to. Yes, absolutely. Would you go back? Would you dial society back to that time? Because you're right, people can research that easily, but there's also a lot of misinformation out there, and AI and all that stuff is only going to make that worse.
People that want attention.
Yeah, You're right. People had to do the work back then.
Yeah, they really had to put the hours in.
Yeah.
If you were going to be a nutter, you had to work.
You had to work.
You couldn't just set your camera up and get a million views.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I used to send away from the back of a magazine. Magazines are like websites, but on paper.
Yeah.
And I used
YouTube audience,
and I used to have to send away for Coast to Coast on a cassette tape. Coast to Coast was a very famous conspiracy theory radio program in the United States. Our Bell, and I used to send away for those.
Well, when I was 6, I sent away to Reader's Digest to get French cassette tapes. So you and I are very similar.
I've also done that. And I can't speak French at all.
Me neither. There was 2 lines. It was like $10 and it was for 2 lines. I'm like, this feels like a ripoff. I'm 6 and I know the value of money. I also used to read the Atlas, and my aim was to learn every capital of every country in the world.
And did you achieve that? No, me neither.
No? Did you try?
I tried.
Not that we're going to test you, but how many do you think you could name?
Oh, not many.
Okay.
No, I mean, with anxiety, depression, ADHD, perimenopause, like my memory is dust.
The baby didn't fix that part of it.
No, it made it worse.
Okay. So you're right about Spielberg's reputation thing adding weight. So Spielberg made several iconic films, Close Encounters of the Third Kind and E.T. Before Disclosure Day's release, he described it as inspired by modern UAP discussions and closer to fact than fiction.
See, Spielberg saying that's garbage. Like, Disclosure Day is fluff. And it has 2 of my favorite actors, and more than 2 of my favorite actors. But Emily Blunt is great in it. But it's a garbage film.
But does it matter? I guess if the point of it is to be part of this soft disclosure, if the point of this is to ease people into it, it doesn't really matter that much, I guess.
Whether it's good or not, I agree. But
it's like handing out a pamphlet.
Yeah, but it's
it's more about awareness, right?
Yeah, and it does it gets the idea of Disclosure Day out there. But I also think it's a little bit like the reason that Walt Disney, the Disney company, released a movie called Frozen.
Yeah,
so we'd stop Googling for Walt Disney Frozen.
Yeah,
because he was meant to be in a cryogenic chamber.
We did an episode about this too.
Yeah. And so I kind of feel Disclosure Day is that rather than
that's a good comparison. Yeah, absolutely.
Because for the longest time I thought the movie was called Disclosure. And it was called Disclosure is also a Demi Moore movie with Michael Douglas, which I recommend. A very sexy 90s film. And
Demi Moore make any other kind?
Oh, I love Demi Moore.
Who doesn't love Demi Moore?
I love Demi Moore.
Is it Demi or Demi? That's the real.
I think it's Demi, but Demi.
Not to us.
Not to us.
Yeah.
You know, but I loved Demi Moore in that film.
She's still amazing now.
I love her. The Substance is one of my favorite films of the last 20 years, and she should have got the Oscar.
I absolutely love Substance. I also find it very difficult to then see her still doing exactly what
that's why
they
she
were.
was so good at, because she's someone who does all the surgery. I mean, I want to be someone who does all the surgery. Anybody want to sponsor that? I would take the Substance in a heartbeat. I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You know, because I'd love to be beautiful.
Oh, stop.
I would.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say. You are beautiful. You're a handsome
Felicity
man.
Ward said I was beautiful.
You're a handsome man.
You've had a lot of compliments on your hair, particularly in this episode.
It's a very good haircut.
It's good, isn't it?
It's a good haircut.
Guys.
Is it a new haircut?
Yes, because I got a cut for this podcast.
Oh my God, I'm in love with you.
I did. I got a cut.
I
on
did not
Tuesday.
wash my hair for this. I'm so
I didn't.
sorry.
I didn't say I washed my hair.
I got a cut.
Got a cut. Totally different. Totally different.
He wasn't even a barber.
So predictive programming, the theory often invokes the concept of predictive programming, the idea that fiction introduces society to controversial ideas before they happen in reality, making people less likely to panic if similar events occur. Applied to Disclosure Day, believers argue the film familiarizes audience with ideas like governments hiding alien contact, whistleblowers exposing the truth, a coordinated disclosure process, and humanity learning isn't alone. So all of those elements are in this film, basically.
Okay. Do we think that they're not just trying to stop worldwide panic? Do we think that aliens, this is my assumption, if the government are keeping it quiet and they're keeping it to themselves, what they're actually trying to do is acquire their weaponry and figure out their intelligence so they can then apply it to their own military?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. The end of podcast.
We don't know the provenance of the transistor. We microwave radio technology came out of nowhere. That's what they've been doing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was very sudden, and we've mentioned this on the pod before many times, but it was very suddenly out of the 1940s. Yeah. Very, very quick. You
can talk to someone who fought in World War II, and when they came home, everything was different, and not because of the war. Obviously, that's a component. But I remember my grandfather was a very small boy. I mean, he's no longer alive. But when he was a very small boy, he said after World War II, plastic was everywhere. All of a sudden, there was plastic everywhere, and he said before that just didn't exist.
But if we're saying, okay, right, but
So exciting.
Right?
I don't think about this stuff at all. So I love hearing about people.
This is all I think of.
It's so cool.
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
Because I agree. Okay, so a lot of stuff came out of World War II, right? A lot of technology came out of World War II. But the idea that is alien, some of that is alien technology versus just
Plastic.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Just the
They
idea
hate
that
recycling.
governments were like, we're in a war. We now need to plow, at the time, hundreds of millions into research to develop new technology and products, as opposed to we should rip that idea off the aliens.
Okay. That's what you're
Well,
suggesting.
Roswell happened in 1947. It wasn't the first crash that happened.
When was the first crash?
Well, arguably 1932.
Okay.
But they've been here before then.
Of course. I mean, if they got here in 1932, they've been here before. But also, the way that people record things is like technology has developed so much that bits of paper get lost.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's a big part of it.
They get suppressed.
Well, guess what happened in 9/11? Anyway, Pentagon.
When they came down and built the pyramids. Well, actually, the theory is that they told us how to build the pyramids. They kind of directed us.
Yeah, sure.
In the building process.
Yeah.
They're kind of like
they gave us the
project
manual.
managers. They gave us the manual.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They stood there like proper surveyors. Just
Yeah.
sat there with a ciggy.
Yeah.
Going, a bit higher, lads.
Yeah, massive bellies, like drinking lager during the day.
There
Great.
might be
E.T.
Exactly like E.T.
Yeah, there might be a second Sphinx.
Yeah, well, there is a theory there's a second Sphinx, yeah.
That's they've definitely discovered something.
What's the? Okay. Do you both believe that aliens built the pyramids then?
No.
No, actually, I believe it's a human
do I.
endeavor.
So do I.
But the aliens could be involved.
Okay.
The pyramids could be built to contact aliens.
What's your wildest theory about aliens? What's your most far-fetched? This is embarrassing, but
I love the idea that Jesus was an alien.
oh my God,
That he was a space brother. I really love that. I don't
a
know.
space brother,
Space brother. That's
a space ghetto.
space ghetto. Like the Immaculate Conception was in vitro.
This is great.
You know,
This is, I
and
mean,
that's why they crucified him because
he was an alien.
he was an alien.
Well, there's your clip.
Yep. So you think that the aliens' main feature is they can walk on water and turn water into wine?
Well, different gravity.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever slept before?
Not for about 30 years.
I go through real phases where I can do nothing but sleep,
Yes.
and then I can't sleep at all. Like I slept like 2 hours last
Have a
night.
baby.
Have you thought about having a baby?
I do look pregnant.
That's not the same
but
thing.
It's not the same thing.
No.
No. I don't know. If I had kids, then they'd probably ask to play with my toys, and I don't want them to.
No, you wouldn't want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's more of a legends are expensive.
They really are. That is a very humbling thing when your child wants to, even if you get them something nice and then they break it in 2 seconds, you're like, oh, it's okay. It's just a thing. It's physical. It doesn't matter. Or one of your own things. And you can't be upset at them because at the time they were 3 years old and you're like, I really fucking cared about that. Why did you break it?
Because destructive play is a thing.
Yeah.
Destructive play is really important.
What's the
Yeah.
cut-off point where you can get angry with them?
Well, we have a saying in my house, you're allowed to have whatever feelings you like. You're not allowed to take them out on each other.
Okay.
I love that.
That's nice.
It's exhausting. And I don't adhere to that at all times. And I tell you what, it's very humbling when a 6-year-old looks at you and says, you're allowed to have your feelings. You're not allowed to take it out on me.
Wow.
Like, you are absolutely right because I just yelled at you and this was just about you splashing me and you're in the bath. So fair.
Okay.
And I've had to teach him about mummy is overstimulated. I've had too many hits to the face today, and so I can't do that anymore.
But that's great. Like my parents didn't talk about any of that.
No one did. No one. Do you know those?
1980s.
Yeah, mate. The 80s were. I was in regional Australia.
Yeah.
Like it was tough.
Yeah.
When people, I'm constantly fascinated when people are like, my parents never talked about anything. I'm like, whose did?
Who's did?
Do
Yeah.
you literally
Yeah.
know anyone whose parents said,
Yeah.
hey, tell me how you feel about that?
Yeah.
You know,
No.
I like that we blame the individual parents rather than just the attitude and the generation of the time.
It was
Like,
the
like,
entire
it's the entire
generation.
just wasn't done.
Yeah.
It just wasn't done.
It was, because I'm the mother, get to your room, don't talk back. I'm going to hit you with a feather duster.
Yeah.
Your only defense was to make your sibling laugh, so you'd both laugh, so hopefully it would break the tension, and then mum would go, all right, go outside.
Yeah.
That's parenting.
That's parenting.
It's so nice to know I wasn't alone.
No, but this is what I mean. Like
Yeah.
when people like my parents never talked about it, I'm like, please tell me if you are listening to this and you talked about feelings and you are over the age of 35, please email, message, write in to this podcast.
They weren't.
We
they were
think your
too
parents were aliens.
They were
Yeah.
probably aliens. Yeah.
You know.
Their parents were Jesus.
Yes.
Are we all
Space Brother.
descendants from Space Brothers then?
Space Brothers.
Space Brothers is a great term.
It's a great term. Did you coin that term?
If you Google it, that's Jesus' alien is Space Brothers.
Is Space... Oh, my God. I love it.
And was John the Baptist an alien? Was Peter an alien? You know?
Bros.
Bros. You know.
So the ending of Disclosure Day, so I'm not going to spoil it, but I mean, everyone pretty much knows it anyway.
Disclosure Day happened.
It's in the fucking title.
They disclose it
Yeah, they disclose it.
on a day.
Yeah,
day.
that's
Yes.
it. It's a 2-hour build-up for that.
Yeah.
The film portrays a world confronting hidden truths about alien contact and government secrecy. Some viewers interpret its ending as an invitation to imagine how real disclosure might unfold rather than simply as a dramatic storytelling device. Critics argue there's no evidence that the film is part of any real disclosure effort. Their reasoning is it's commercial Hollywood production developed over several years. The themes are consistent with Spielberg's decades-long fascination with extraterrestrial life. The story is fictional, even if it's inspired by contemporary UAP discussions, and no credible evidence links production to government disclosure campaign. But there wouldn't be evidence, would there?
There might be planted. There might be like the hints of,
Yeah.
again, soft launching the idea of what they actually, the information they actually
There's
have.
definitely consultants on the film because I remember watching the credits roll and going, oh, U.S. consultant.
When did it change from UFO to UAP and why?
Hillary Clinton on the Jimmy Fallon show, she started talking about it being a UAP rather than a UFO.
Which, again, is part of it.
Yeah.
Again, that's part of the whole soft disclosure thing.
Okay. Do you know why they changed the language?
Because UFO is unidentified flying object. It's very specific. Unidentified aerial phenomenon is a much broader church. So if you think UFOs gay and UAPs queer,
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
It's an umbrella term.
umbrella term,
It's more inclusive
more inclusive.
to aliens.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific? Do you think that aliens look like a certain thing?
I think they can do like the sort of the four branches of aliens that we're supposed to have encountered are the Nordics, which look like tall blonde people, human people. The Greys, which are the very famous,
Like Ian behind you.
like Ian behind us.
Okay, that's
That's
your
a
classic.
grey.
That's your
a
X
grey.
Files.
Yeah. Yes. The insectoids who look like insects, and the reptilians who look like reptiles.
And then you've got the reptilian. That's a conspiracy. I don't think I can get on board with that the royal family are reptilians.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be fun if they were?
It would be so much fun. It wouldn't explain the pedophilia, but
No. Well, maybe.
I don't think. Is there a lot of pedophilia in the reptile world?
Well, animals. So. Though it's the reptile brain, you don't process emotions the same way.
Okay.
Which they definitely don't.
They don't.
definitely don't, and he doesn't sweat,
Yeah.
and he's not in prison, and he should be.
Like all reptiles.
Which is why Harry had to go, because he has emotions.
Yes, and a very hot wife.
Yeah.
I like Meghan. You see,
Yeah.
I know I'm not supposed to, but she has the most fantastic.
We're
hair.
big supporters of Meghan on this podcast.
I think that you can find someone attractive without necessarily being. Well, you can find someone pretty or handsome without necessarily liking their personality. That's what I found.
That's the only people I have sex with. No, but yeah, Meghan. I love her.
Yes.
Another conspiracy.
Another conspiracy, but not alien.
Not alien. No, she's definitely human. Too human, one would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too human for the royal family.
Too human for the royal family. I think she's probably a nightmare to work with, but
Yeah, probably.
I love that, don't you?
Yeah, but she's a Hollywood actress.
yeah.
It's fine.
You know,
She's allowed to be.
yeah. She looks great.
She
She
does.
talks nonsense. I love her.
She does talk nonsense. That's true.
Like, what are you talking about?
But it's compelling watching her talk
Oh
nonsense.
yeah, like I just wish I had half her charisma.
Did you watch her with Meg? Was it with Megan? The
Megan
Netflix
with Love.
Megan with Love, yeah.
I saw a clip of it and I went, this is absolutely unbearable.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
I could not watch more than a clip of that. That's
There's a comedian called Louise Atkinson, and she cut herself in with the Love Megan stuff, and it's so funny.
I think I know who you're talking about.
She's great.
She's very,
She's
very
great.
funny.
She was our first guest.
Look at you guys. Could only be downhill from there. And here we are.
So the theory that there will one day be a real disclosure day remains one of the most fascinating ideas in contemporary culture. It combines questions of science, government secrecy, philosophy, sociology, and humanity's future into a single overarching narrative. Recent official attention to unidentified phenomena has made the subject more credible as an area of investigation, even though it has not confirmed the existence of extraterrestrial visitors or hidden technologies. Whether disclosure day arrives through scientific discovery, government transparency, or not at all, the discussion reflects humanity's enduring desire to understand its place in the universe. The possibility of discovering intelligent life beyond Earth continues to inspire scientific exploration and public imagination. So, Felicity, is a real disclosure day coming?
I thought you were going to say, is Disclosure Day a soft launch? I think it's a soft launch.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I love the idea that military and government are linked to Hollywood and that they use that as a soft propaganda machine. I love that idea.
Yeah. But not a specific day, one moment.
I don't think it would benefit them.
Yeah.
I think what it is an insurance policy if it ever does come out. So that maybe there are whistleblowers that want to blow it wide open.
Yeah.
The disclosure day would not come from the government. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would come from whistleblowers if the information ever got out, and that this is about preparing people for if it does get out, they can either keep killing whistleblowers, or if the information gets through the cracks, then then people are mentally prepared for it.
Yeah, well, that is the thing. The key shift is that they're no longer, well, they may be, but they're not killing as many whistleblowers because
Good
they're
for
happy.
them, actually.
Yeah, no, it's
Good
nice,
for them.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
progress.
It is progress.
Because it's so Moorish killing whistleblowers.
Yeah.
It is. Once you get one of them, you hear them squeal. You're like,
Yeah. David, is a real disclosure day coming?
I was going to say yes, and then Felicity said what she said. I'm like, oh, actually, no, that's it exactly. It's plausible deniability. I think there are aliens, but that's a separate thing. Yes, I think what Felicity said is actually on the money, which is it's plausible deniability.
Okay.
When it happens, they'll go, "Way," but no.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think there will be. I think that's why they're bringing Andy Burnham in. I think that's going to be his first job, to reveal the existence of aliens.
There was a second there where I thought you were serious, and I was like,
No, I'm with you guys on the soft launch theory. I think I don't necessarily think it's to do with aliens, but I think it's more to do with government activity that has not been admitted. And I think some of the UAP stuff is them testing stuff. And I think whereas they would have denied it 50 years ago, they're now not denying it out of hand. They're just going, yes, that we don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. So I think it is, in a way, a soft launch, but not necessarily to aliens.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Interesting.
Because I think Disclosure Day kind of showed that no one really cares. Because the movie's not that good, but no one really cared.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'll look at it on my news feed. Is it on a TikTok? Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know, like, what widespread panic there would be because the amount of people that would dismiss it for AI as one thing, but for two, like, we live in absolute madness. We live in constant terror. We're constantly informed about new natural disasters, about kids getting torn away from their parents and put into jails. The Epstein files are out. The horrors of that is out, and it's a constant flooding where we're always in a minimum low level panic if we're informed. Or the alternative is that you cut off from everything, and then what you do is you sort of become the conspiracy theorists of the 70s, where you start coming up with your own ideas and going, well, my instincts are as reliable as mainstream media. This
is what I saw with my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's officially taken apart.
Well, I've solved the case,
Thank
guys.
you. Quite right.
Detective Ward.
So don't go and see Disclosure Day, but do go see the Minions movie. It's really good.
Minion Monsters is so good. Oh my God.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good.
So much fun.
My son is seeing it today.
He will love it.
He will,
So good.
Because his class had the best attendance out of the whole school for the year. So they get a free trip to the movie.
Oh,
that's a beautiful
fantastic.
thing.
I love that.
That's so cute.
And of course, that's a soft launch to the existence of monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Monsters Inc. was his first film.
Okay.
Thank God.
So
it's a perfect film.
he's broken in.
It's yeah. So he's very excited about that.
Beautiful. Felicity, would you like to tell people where they can find you, follow you, all that sort of stuff?
You can find me I'm mostly on Instagram. That's sort of become my website. It's because I'm 45, and that's just Felicity Ward. And then I have a website, which is felicityward.com, which I ruined the colour of the text about 6 weeks ago, but because I have ADHD, I haven't changed that. But that's where all my gigs are on when I find the time to update them. They are currently updated somewhat. I'm never on Facebook, but I have a page there that Instagram feeds into. I have a Twitter account that I haven't been on in years. I'm on TikTok as Felicity J Ward, I believe. Okay. I know, it's so devastating. I've always been Felicity Ward on everything. And then some
bastard
arsehole waltzed in before me. And then you can see me at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And the show title is I Wish I Could Come Out of My Shell.
Which is a banger.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And then I'm dressed as a 1960s Las Vegas showgirl.
Are you going to wear that on stage?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
My heart skipped a beat there.
No, the structural integrity of that outfit, it is held together by beads and sticky tape. Yeah.
It's a banger of a poster.
Thank you very much.
It's worth going just for that alone. Would you like an alien joke to end the podcast?
Of course.
Okay. What do you call an alien with no eyes? Alan.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. That's really dumb that I didn't get that. Yeah. I'm not even upset at the joke. I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah. Okay. It's a somber note to end on, but there we go. That's the end of the podcast. Thanks for listening.
Bye! Please give us a little 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts. And if you'd like to help support us further, why not check out patreon.com/BelievePod for exclusive episodes, early access, and ad-free listening. Remember, we love you.